$19.
Okay, you want to put that on?
Yeah.
I mean, $19.30,
The
$17.70 plus tax.
VNNC to reimburse Jeanette Hott for how much?
$19.30.
$19.30 for
For
copies made for what, like a
Treasurer's report.
Treasurer's report.
All right.
Seconded.
I call for the vote on that, Mr. Secretary.
How much was that?
Get all my money.
That is the
$17.
VNNC to reimburse
Okay.
1930.
1930?
Okay.
That was a good year.
That was a good year.
Okay, just a second, catching up.
I'm so
Okay,
sad
President
Wes
Thompson.
Craven died.
Yes.
Vice President Benjamin.
Yes.
Secretary Hendry, aye. Mr. Lesrovitz.
Aye.
I have a funding request then, because I was doing both vote tallies
Me too, I have one too, my mortgage.
and the minutes.
Oh, that ain't gonna fly, sorry. Oh,
I tried. Hello, Don.
I add up the bills, I will tell you.
yeah.
Just
That's why I
got
pointed, because I knew he'd have some copies.
How about
so-
taking my wife to dinner?
No, that's
No,
not really either,
no,
sorry.
afraid
baby.
not.
I'll tell her she's not gonna eat.
$20.09.
You beat me.
I'll take the cent.
All right, the VNNC to reimburse John Hendry for $20.09 for copies made in
Vote
regards
tallies,
to
Secretary
other-
report.
Tally
copies,
Tally sheets.
tallies, and vote counting sheets for the secretary's report. That's all.
Very good.
Works.
I make a motion, we adopt that language as is.
Seconded.
With that, I call for the vote.
Thomas?
Yes.
Mr. Benjamin?
Yes.
Mr. Hendry, aye. Ms. Hop?
Aye.
Mr. Lesrovitz?
Aye.
Pass.
Any additional items for the agenda?
That's it.
Going once.
Right, I had one.
Oh, no,
Oh, you have one?
comment.
Actually,
No.
Wait a second, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. You'll have a chance in a minute.
I still wanted to put something on the agenda
No?
Nothing.
to have a vote regarding the, essentially what I call the city attorney's gag rule on participation, especially at executive committee. This is supposed to be the first
Oh, you said
impression.
that's the
It's like the
storage.
Supreme Court, people argue up
And
and
I-
down
I
and
gave you
right
the
and
rest
left on topics,
Last month I
all
was a
they
couple
like.
missing, but that's okay.
And once it gets done, then you could impose some sort of a gag.
Okay.
But not at the beginning.
I agree with you, but
And I
they're
will
gonna
take
come.
wait, okay, I will take a vote even if I lose on this vote.
Okay.
I want to see a vote for my own purposes.
You can take a vote, but I don't think we can do anything until we have the city attorney in front of us and you can ask them all the questions. They are, in our eyes, they are the judges.
There are advisors and judges.
They interpret the law for us.
Right.
Okay?
There's been a long tradition though where
Now, you wanna change the law, then we have to go to assembly and we'll go to the Senate and we can change the law. But they interpret the law for us. The laws are already there.
Yeah, exactly.
They interpret the way they see it because
this was
we didn't
all-
do it the right way.
This was all
and
three
we
city
violated the
attorneys.
Brown Act,
Scary. But hey,
so
they actually all agreed. How amazing is
I
that?
don't
You-
see a judicial motive.
They all showed up. How amazing
That's
was
even more
yes.
They
amazing.
All three of
they
them.
said the possibility of that happening is never going to happen
Yeah.
again.
Oh my God. They're
So when
really
they come in front
serious
of the
about
when they
this.
come to actually to give us this
Training.
you can ask them all the question why and how and you know
Yeah, and
and
they'll
they'll tell
go
you
on
those are the
and ask them
laws.
questions.
Yeah.
I might withdraw. I'm still concerned though. I see judicial temperament. I also see fear of litigation, but
Well, it's going to be their problem.
That's their
Yeah, they
problem.
have to
but
It's
they're
gonna be
their
playing-
problem.
It's their problem.
They're
It's gonna be
playing
their
small.
problem.
They should be playing bigger. We
When
should
we
be
have a
playing
problem when it comes to the law, we go to the city attorney.
Right.
This is our
First line.
the first line of defense is the city attorney. If the city attorney has a problem, he has to go to his whatever
Whoever challenged it.
next step. But our first step is the city attorney, and we have the language. We get the language and the law
It's their language.
from the city attorney.
Exactly.
We can make our own laws.
I know
When it comes to bylaws, yes.
Darn.
Anybody
Oh, we
can
can't.
put a minority
Yeah.
report though in any package.
But
for
their
all the discussion.
job, when it comes to law, to interpret the law for us, since we're not lawyers, we
Right.
don't know how to read the law,
Right,
they interpret.
he gets very involved.
Exactly, and they say, hey, you can do this, you're gonna get slapped in the hand if you do that. So they are the ones.
Get smacked
So
upside
he-
the
Say,
head.
when
I've
they
been here a
come,
long
when they-
time, and it never happened before.
Yeah,
so.
well, we didn't know a lot of
Well,
things that
we
had
didn't
happened
know.
Who
before.
would ever
We
get
simply
into a
didn't know.
meeting like
Soon as
that?
we
If
have
it
a
didn't come
problem-
up, we still wouldn't
Yeah.
have known.
I still know that I still would doubt that there is any law anywhere that says this, though, that it's just an unofficial, not unofficial, but an official opinion, but that still might be subject to discussion. An opinion is not necessarily law.
It could be open to discussion, it's still the law, we can discuss, we can talk about it, they can explain us why and how, but it's
I
still the
believe-
law.
I believe they were quoting city charter.
And if they're quoting city charter, that's law. It is. Because
The city charter actually says what committees may do in the neighborhood
That's
council.
exactly.
I-
Not neighborhood councils, it's committees in general, it's a committee law.
We are part of the city,
Remember, we.
city
yeah.
charter, we are part of the city.
But we certainly will have a chance that it says, but I find this
Bring it up.
too small.
John, there's a lot of things I don't agree with, and they are done, but those are things, there's nothing I can do about it. I don't have the power to change them.
We have
Maybe
power
if,
to argue.
maybe if it comes in front of the voters, or maybe if we get a Sacramento, and then we'll be able to change it, but right now, we don't have the power.
Exactly.
We're powerless, we have to listen to them, even if it doesn't make sense. We can ask, hey, listen, it doesn't make sense, let them explain us, maybe they'll make sense. Maybe they'll tell us in a way that makes sense to you. I don't know, I wasn't in the meeting, so I don't know.
It
But I
sounds like a-
trust, most of the time I trust that they know the law.
It
Well-
sounds like a
Well,
Rick
they're better,
Orloff
they're lawyers.
article. Unfortunately, Rick is long gone.
Yeah.
But it does sound like a Rick Orloff article or somebody's article if somebody tells them that it's an article they ought to write.
It could be.
I see John's point completely.
Especially for the
People
executive
that
committee.
sit on this council should be able to come before the executive committee and propose things.
Absolutely.
So what we could do is make a motion that, let's say Maria had something for the executive committee, just because she sits on the council doesn't mean that she can't speak. What we could do is say those people that sit on the council but are not on the executive committee can submit items in writing, right? Because we can't, it would be undemocratic
Yes.
to tie
In
Stacy's
writing.
hand. Let's say Stacy wanted $100 in funding for her education summit, and she wants to buy pencils and erasers, right? How is she gonna ever have the ability to come before this committee
writing,
to
yeah.
get it through,
In writing,
given the fact that she's not allowed to speak, and the city attorney can change their minds, and Howard can attest to this, that if you ask them, is the 4th of July on in between the 3rd and the 5th of July, you'll get 7 different opinions and answers on it.
It's true.
And, I mean, we've gone through
We-
10 different things on
We
public
talked-
record stuff, we've gone 10 different things on everything else,
Well, I would
and
have liked to have been there to talk. See, I would have provided an argument.
but then
that-
it would have been a Brown Act violation.
Yeah, you'll have
Because there
three
would be 3
executives.
executive committee members
can't have
meeting
3.
with the city attorney's office.
But I do
See?
have an answer to what you suggested.
No, but what I would like to do is make a motion, until we get this all ironed out, make a motion that that council members that aren't on this committee can submit funding requests and items to be on the agenda in writing.
It's as stale as yesterday's bread, though, most of the time.
I
because
think you
come
should be
to a
able to
meeting
do
see
it.
what
No,
happens.
no,
you should be
that's
able
right,
to
at
do
the
it up
same
till
time.
6:30, at
That's what
6:30.
I would like that, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. It would be completely, I mean, we're sitting
It has to be within the
here
Brown
in,
Act, though.
but
Which is
it,
public comment,
it would-
but
Are you
you're,
taking,
see now, you're allowed to speak
Brown
until the
Act.
cows come home, that's
Yes.
fine, and it
George.
would not
What
be a
they're saying
meeting
is
without
that
you
but you
jumping
wanna put this
in.
on the agenda,
But
it should
what
be
I
within
wanna put on the
72 hours.
I
agenda
don't
is
think you
the
can do it.
fact.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
you can,
Yeah?
why can't you?
We
Of
can.
course you can.
did you ask that? the
Yes,
same thing?
absolutely.
Oh, okay, that's a different story then you can.
Okay, so,
But it-
I
Why
would
did you
like
say
to
to
make a
begin with?
motion that the VNNC Executive Committee can officially accept all funding requests
Or
and
correspondence.
agenda items,
And written agenda, or
agenda
I was gonna
items
say in writing.
in writing
prior,
prior to and up to the beginning of the meeting.
The executive board meeting.
prior to
So-
and up
During the meeting
to
they can't get
the
But it has to be
beginning.
voted
Really?
on for the Brown Act.
What difference does it make? It's in writing.
The executive committee.
If it's in
meeting.
writing, what difference does it make if it's 6:30, 6:45, or 7:30? As long as we're here, why can they
Well, that's,
submit
that's
it?
neither here nor there. The point of this is that people that serve the community and council, like Stacy and Maria and Penelope and Tom, Dick, Harry, Bob, and Bill, and everybody else, can still have access to the council that they're on. See, it doesn't make any sense
But you
that
just said until 6:30. What if they come at 6:45?
It's the same as if you put through a speaker card. All
Okay.
speaker cards are supposed to be in prior to the meeting beginning. We have accepted speaker cards during the meeting, which
So-
is not
the
really
VNNC
kosher.
executive
Yeah, we're not
committee
supposed
can
to do that.
Don't make any new
officially
ruling.
accept all funding and agenda items in writing prior to and up to the beginning of the executive committee meeting. I make a motion, we adopt that language as is.
Seconded.
With that, I call for the vote on that, Mr. Secretary.
Before we vote, why don't we add also the general meeting?
What do you mean?
Up to
People
the
can-
No, 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 no.
What
No,
People
no,
at the
you don't
general
understand. This is a committee ruling, not a general meeting
I'm
ruling.
saying general meeting, they give the speaker cards up, it's not up to, the opening of the meeting. They come 10 minutes later, and
That's
20
what he
minutes
said.
later, an hour later.
We've always been very lenient with that.
And the reason is because, and Donna jumped to tell you, because some people can't make it there by the beginning of the meeting because they're on the bus or whatever. So that would be effectively preventing them from speaking. So they come under public
The
comment, but,
same thing goes here.
yeah.
There's some people that are part of this, and then they come late, the bus is late, they don't have a car, I mean,
Yeah.
something happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Exactly.
We're
That's why
making
you
an
guys-
exception.
Oh, no.
You can't make an exception like this, I'm sorry.
No,
we're kind of
no.
making one way.
The language before this committee is, the VNNC Executive Committee can officially accept all funding and agenda items in writing prior to and up to the beginning of the Executive Committee meeting.
What does in
Seconded.
writing mean? What if I texted you like
That's in
6:25 and I was running late to the meeting, but I texted you at 6:25?
It's in writing.
So that would count.
Yeah, I think so, right? Text
in writing.
is writing, writing is text.
If we're making already a ruling,
But if
and
you're
we're
trying to
making an
say you're only
exception,
gonna text
why don't
say
you
I'm
broaden it
ready.
up a little bit,
No,
make it a little
text say what you
easier?
want.
Yeah.
Because
But
this
it's
is what the
your
city
best
attorney
thing,
has
I can't
told
get it.
us,
We-
and
we
we're
got
trying
these
to make.
guidelines.
That's what he said,
You were gonna
the
get it.
beginning of the
The
meeting?
beginning
Okay,
of the
fine,
meeting.
fine, if that's what the city attorney said, I have no objection, fine. Hold the vote, I have no objection, if
I
that's
make
what
a
they say.
motion that we accept the language, the VNNC
It's
been
Executive
seconded.
Committee can, if it's been accepted.
It's,
Okay.
I second
All
it.
right, Mr. Secretary.
Okay, city attorney says, he's the last word. No problem.
President Thomas,
Yes.
Vice President Benjamin.
Yes.
Secretary Henry will vote no on this one. Treasurer Hop,
Aye.
Mr.
Are they gonna
Lazarovich.
do for public cards too?
No, no, no,
Yes.
no. It's not what you think.
Do we have any other additional items for the agenda?
Yes, I have one,
That were not members of the executive.
which was I tried to express to you in the email about the